Ryan, what's good with you, bro?
I'm doing good, man. Just out here in Miami, uh, and about to do a podcast with Patrick Bet David. And other than that, life is going how it should be going right now.
Hmm.
And I'm trying my best to keep making the right moves.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, before we get into all the juicy details, I got to start with I know people are going to be watching this video thinking, what the hell is he putting on his face? So explain
All
to the
right,
people what you got going on there before we dive into it.
this is a face roller. People use it for many reasons. To if you have tension in your face, kind of massage it out. Also helps rejuvenate your skin, so it makes your skin better. A lot of benefits towards it. Right now, I just need it because I got a little bit of tension near my left eye,
Hmm.
so I'm kind of just massaging it out, and yeah, so
Yeah, that's
that's why
cool.
I'm doing this.
Cool. That's what's up. Well, speaking of the tension, there's been a lot of tension in
Mhm.
boxing these past couple weeks, several weeks, past month, actually, 2024, the whole year.
Right.
Um, the last time we saw you was in the ring against Oscar Duarte. Fabulous, fabulous performance. And then afterwards, there was talk of maybe a Devin Haney fight. I don't know if there were a negotiation. I don't know how far these things actually went through, but first we were thinking a Devin Haney fight. Then you let it be known, no, I want the Rolly Romero fight. We were thinking that was going to happen. Rolly came out and said, it's not happening. Oscar came out and says, Jose Ramirez is that. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on as far as you're concerned. So,
Correct.
where exactly would you want to start? I guess should we just kind of take it back to the Devin Haney
Where
situation?
do you want to start? Yeah, where do you? Okay, Devin Haney situation. Basically, um, we were in talks to fight. I mean, okay, so I sent my team to go talk to Devin Haney's team. I said, "This is who I want, and this is who I'm gonna fight." Then I invited the people to have a say in who I should fight next. Should it be Rolando Romero or should it be Devin Haney? The poll was close, but ultimately Devin Haney won.
Mhm.
So I wanted to give everybody that fight because of the people voted, and you should get what you voted for. Long story short, I'm in Vegas. I'm having a great time. I'm hanging out with Floyd. I'm not gonna lie, Floyd's pretty influential. He's like, why would he do that? Why don't you fight Rolly for the belt and then fight Devin Haney? Gave me advice. I said that makes pretty much sense. I said, but I told the people already I'm gonna fight Devin. He said, some things change. I said, okay. Basically, is what he said. I'm paraphrasing here. It's a lot deeper than that, and there was a lot more conversation, but I'm gonna save that. Um, and then I made a quick decision to be like, okay, all right, Floyd, that makes sense. I'll go get another belt. I'll go get the WBO belt, which I was down to do. You start talking to Rolly's team. That's working out. I just throw in Cruz's name because I always wanted to beat his ass for a long time.
Mhm.
Then I was like, let's talk to everybody. Shoot, my options are open. I mean, I can make a fight with anybody. I don't, they need me in a sense, right? But I also need them in a way where it takes two to tango, right? It takes two to
Sure.
fight.
Mhm.
But ultimately, I have the more driving force, and
Mhm.
they're more, they got boxing fans. I'm just a more well-known person, is what I would like to say.
There you go.
That being said, I was trying to talk to everybody.
Mhm.
Let's go. Who wants this work? What makes the most sense? What's the best deal? I guess Rollies took offense to that, said F you, became dumb, and then decided to go into negotiation with Cruz and then act like he's in negotiations with me to try to use my name and then, sweep it under the rug and go and fight Cruz. Um, they both use my name pretty much to build their fight off when to me it doesn't make sense. Like, why Rollies, or if I'm him, right? Why would I get beat up on a co-main event for less money when he could have been the main event and get clipped against a guy that people actually will see as, oh, okay, but you lost to Ryan. Now when he gets knocked out, you get knocked out for significant. I don't even know if he's gonna make $1 million this fight.
Wow.
He probably would have made up in the 5 million range with me.
Mm.
And you
Mm.
really decided to get clipped for what, 950K maybe? I don't know how much he's getting paid. It could be less. But it just doesn't make sense to me. He again, he's just didn't make the right move, I would say. I respect everybody, but he made the wrong move. Anyways, now again, I don't want to say too much. Just know that, that I'm getting right back on track, is what I'll say.
Mm,
I'm getting right back on track. And that's it.
Well, look, man,
people can interpret that how they want.
Right. Well, look, there's a few things to kind of unpack. I mean, when you're talking about several different fighters, I mean, first there was the Devin Haney situation, and I remember, I know you went live. I think you were with your brother one time, and
right, celebration,
right, and you made a comment. You kind of let your fans know that, hey, look, I've sent a couple DMs to Devin. It's looking like, we're talking, and if this fight doesn't happen, it's going to be because of him. So you had this conversation with Floyd. Now, I can't remember exactly when that happened. I don't know if that was before your live or after your live.
I was definitely after.
Okay. But were you aware of actual negotiations like taking place with Devin Haney and his team, or no?
Yeah. It wasn't super deep,
right.
But we had the ball rolling for some time.
Right.
He would text me, Floyd can't save you and shit like that, and I was like, okay.
Guess he didn't like the video of you and Floyd
we were
hanging
running.
out. Right.
Like, Floyd can't save you. I said, cry me a river, brother. Get out of my DMs. What are you talking about?
Well, from a negotiation standpoint, I would think that, if I were in your shoes, right, I do think maybe fighting Rolly first and getting a title and then coming back to Devin, I think that would probably, obviously give you a little more leverage. But do you even need more leverage when you're working with, negotiations
when you're
with some
fighting
of these other
against
fighters?
me? You got to know you're just not as big as me. That's it. You just got to know that. I'm not as big as Ryan. That's it. I can have every belt in the book. Just not. I'm gonna respect it. I'm gonna try to make a deal based on, okay, you have that. Okay, let's throw in some extra change, like some extra money for you. But you're not bigger than me. No fighter is bigger than me, except some dudes. What, Canelo? Maybe.
Right.
I don't see anybody else bigger than me currently, and I'm probably the most irrelevant right now, for sure. I mean, I was the most talked about boxer, definitely in January.
That's fact. I think everybody in boxing was talking about Ryan Garcia. So having said that, I know in the past,
I'm trying not to sound egotistical. I'm just telling the truth. Now, if you don't like the truth, you gotta go talk to somebody else about that. You gotta go sit yourself in the mirror and look really close and be like, I don't like the truth. You gotta look at the man in the mirror. If you don't like the truth, you don't like the truth.
Yeah, when you mentioned the truth, no, I know there's other people there, but when you're
gonna walk.
No, it's cool. So when you mention the truth, though, right? You're referring to numbers, right? Because numbers don't lie, right? And obviously,
I'm looking at the trends and the response and everything. I'm not just looking at the numbers too in itself. I mean, they're true. They're always going to be true, but numbers sometimes can't even see what the potential is. I could see the potential without the numbers, because the numbers are only a result of what happened. So if you could see the potential, then those numbers you really thought were going to be the truth are now new numbers that are the truth. So the numbers are not necessarily the truth. It's your vision. And if you can, how do I say? People say manifest. If you can manifest the vision, right? I say, ask and you shall receive. People say, I manifest. Whatever. You know what I mean? I just believe in the Bible. So my whole thing is, if no matter what any number anybody ever did, right? If I could see something in the fight that is appealing to everybody, and I could see where your trajectory is going, say, okay, they weren't that big, but now they're catching steam. and they're relevant in the moment, that's more important than if somebody had a lot of numbers, but they're not relevant at the time. Those old artists that were popping, they had big numbers. They can't just go back into the scene and start doing those big numbers. See, you understand what I'm saying? Like, numbers can lie, brother.
So it's kind of like that same vision you had
With
two or 3 years before even fighting Tank, right?
I called that. When did I say that? It was a long time ago, very long.
Right.
I said this is gonna be a huge fight.
Right.
I also told everybody we're gonna make way more money than you think. Wait until it gets announced and see what happens. Watch when all the celebrities and everybody, just natural, organic stuff is gonna happen. They were projecting we were gonna do X, Y, and Z, and then we succeeded that. There hasn't been a straight up over $1 million pay-per-view buys in a long time, and we got that in a streaming
era,
infested era. Yeah. 1.2, we really would have been got like over 2, to be honest. And we both walked away with $30 million.
Crazy.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, I see the similar vision with the fight with me and Devin. The way I know how to market, and just things happen organically, and the Lord's will be done no matter what. So at the end of the day, I trust that. I know that the fight against me and Devin Haney, it'll be a huge pay-per-view, and I will exceed expectations, and people will be shocked, and I will not be shocked, and then Devin will be destroyed, and his daddy's gonna have to help him up. I'm telling Bill this. I'm gonna tell him this now, and then I'll probably have something for him later. But I'm telling you, he's gonna have 3 chances to stop the fight. The first one is, so if he doesn't do it, then who knows what's gonna happen. Wow. So I'm just telling you, you're gonna have 3 chances in the fight to help your son out. We're gonna see if you really care about your son. We're gonna see where that love really is.
Wow.
Yeah. We're gonna see where that really look. I'm gonna look at you every time. I'm saying, I'm gonna give you that look like you better stop it. This ain't gonna be right for Devin. If he's not knocked out cold, this is gonna get a lot worse. You better pray he get knocked out cold. Pray he gets knocked out cold so you don't feel what he's gonna feel.
Wow. Well, look, I don't wanna let the cat out the bag, but since you did bring up Devin and Bill, is that what we're talking about now? Is the Devin Haney fight back on the table? Can we say that? Or are we still?
We can say that.
Why can say that?
Why? It's on the table. Yeah, we can say that.
Okay.
I mean, that's fair. I told the people, I don't want to say anything before it's not signed and delivered, but can I say we're in talks? For sure. We're back in talks.
Okay. Hey, listen, that's positive news. That's what we like to hear. That's I mean, that's where we were. I
told everybody we're gonna get right back on track. I told everybody that.
Right. Well, that's where we were before the whole Rolly situation. So we'll get right back on track. But before we do get to that, I'm just curious, because I know at one point you mentioned, titles don't matter, and sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Like, I get it, but is becoming a champion, is that kind of like, is that a personal goal for, because I know you. I mean, obviously Devin has a title. You're also like looking at Rolly.
It's becoming more of a goal of mine, just to say I did it. Do I want to beat the guy that's the champion? Who I feel like represents the champion? Yes. I don't feel like Rolly's represented being a champion. So if I beat him and I got the belt, that wouldn't have mattered to me. I wouldn't have called myself a champion. I'd just say I have a belt. When I beat Devin Haney, I could consider myself a champion. Okay.
I think you consider yourself a champion if you get any of those belts, bro. Honestly.
Right. I'm gonna send this to voicemail. Sorry.
Cool. No, you're cool. But when you say Devin Haney, I mean, I would agree. He's probably one of the when you talk about who the man is at 140, I think most people probably would say either Devin Haney or Teofimo Lopez, right?
Yeah, you can say that at 140. Yeah, Teofimo or Devin. Yeah,
right,
true.
Right. So
I guess Teofimo's been there longer. I would more consider Is Teofimo been at 140 longer, or am I tripping?
No, he's been there longer. He moved up.
He
I
did
think he
beat
moved
Josh
up.
Taylor, right? I
But
mean
that's what I was
that
gonna say. He
makes
beat Josh Taylor, so yeah,
so
because
I would
Josh.
say Teofimo more of the champion at 140.
Hmm.
And after I beat Devin's ass, now I'll go maybe I'll go beat Teofimo's ass. Who knows?
Which one do
Who
you
knows?
think? Which one do you think's the bigger fight?
Oh, right now, I say Devin.
Devin. Yeah.
Teofimo is kind of overvalued himself a little bit, overestimating his driving force.
Mm.
He thinks more than he is right now. But again, hey, I don't want to knock your vision for yourself, but you're off key. You're not looking at everything.
Mm.
You're only, what I mean, self belief is key. Again, I'm not knocking him, but as a negotiation standpoint, yeah, he has a diluted estimation of himself.
Mm.
Sure.
Mm. So as far as you're concerned, when you're talking to all those other guys, the Tiafimos, the Devins, I mean, obviously, much respect to them and their accomplishments and being
Mhm.
champions and this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, you're the name, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told my um, I told my fans this, right? I was on live, and I wanted to make it. I wanted to hold up. Let me think about this real quick.
Yep. Take your time while you roll out that tension.
Right.
I'm actually gonna get one of those. I think that actually looks kind of
It's
relaxing.
soothing.
Yeah.
Very, very relaxing. I think it's important to share this
Mm-hmm.
because people could look at a video, right, and they could pick up on anything. So sometimes, right, under my breath, I will speak in tongues.
Mm.
And I don't want them to think that I'm tripping. Speaking in tongues is a spiritual gift, and I just have that spiritual gift.
Well, what do you? I mean, but break that. Like when you
And
say
because
speak in
I just want to
tongues.
make speaking in tongues is like you're praying fully in the will of God. Like you
Okay.
don't know exactly what you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
but you know it's relaying to God.
Okay. Got you.
Like I could do it a little bit, but I don't want to throw it all off. Like Deion Sanders speaks in tongues. I
Mm.
mean, he spoke in tongues on a whole live TV show. He was
Mm.
like, wait, let me pray. He was like,
Okay. I got you. I
right.
got you.
You got
Right.
what I mean?
Yep.
And then
Yep.
that's speaking in
I
tongues.
thought that's
So
what you meant, but I didn't want to make an
right,
assumption or
yeah,
anything like
yeah.
that.
So
But
that's
yeah.
what it is.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
honestly, I didn't really know what it was at first. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, God, what is that? And then I ended up having a dream within a dream. And when I woke up from that dream in the dream, I was speaking in tongues.
Oh my gosh.
And then so
That's
I broke out
crazy.
in tongues in a dream.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. God
Yeah.
did.
God did. Oh my God. All right. Hold on. Let me get focused. Yeah,
Okay, all right,
you're
let's
cracking
get
me
back
up.
into it. Let's
You're
go.
cracking me up. So
The show goes on.
the show goes on. So Devin Haney, obviously you guys are in negotiations with him.
Yes.
We won't speak too much on that because I don't want to jinx it or anything like that.
Right.
But how I don't want to say I don't want to say how confident do you feel because I don't again like I don't want to jinx it, but I know that your promoter Oscar, he had as he was negotiating with Rolly, as he was negotiating with Isak Cruz, he made the comment that both of them priced themselves out of the fight. So,
Right.
therefore it's looking like it's going to be Jose Ramirez, to which you smacked that down and said, no, it's not going to be Jose Ramirez. So now that we're on track with Devin Haney, is there any concern on your end that maybe there might be another situation where he could potentially price
I
himself?
guess the only thing I could say is maybe he felt disrespected of what I was saying online. And then that he takes that to heart and then doesn't want to do business. That's all I could think of. That's the only way I could see it going on. And I do want to I guess make an apology of its source. Like I don't really want to come at people like that. You
Mm-hmm.
like you ain't shit, you got Mr. 50K buys or whatever. Like go
Mm-hmm.
fight Richardson, Hitch. I mean, it's funny, but again, I just want to. I won't even say apology. I would just say like, you know what, I meant. This game, Devin. No disrespect. It's just more of a it's banter in a way, mind games in a way. However you want to see it. Was I being dead serious? Yeah. You did. I mean, what are you gonna do? But
Right.
not for real. Like, I just want to like make that clear. Like, I'm just out here trying to do the best business deals possible,
Yeah.
and sometimes that makes me think I got to make a different move.
Mm.
But I meant like no true disrespect. Like if
Right.
you want me, like if you'll know when I'm really disrespecting you, and it's not at that point for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, no,
I
no. I
hope I
mean,
made that clear.
no, I mean, look, when everything went down, when it was popping off, when Devin was making comments and you were kind of firing it back. I mean, that's just typical social media,
Right. We're gonna do
firing
that,
shots
and it
or
ain't gonna be the last time.
right. Especially if the fight gets made.
Oh, bring it all on. I want everything. All fair in love and war. So it
Right,
is what
right.
it
Well,
is at
I
that
mean,
point.
is it all fair though? I mean, some things are a
Right.
little off
Well,
limits,
there is
right?
some war crimes. They do have war crimes. They do
Right,
have war crimes.
right, right. War crimes. I'm sure we have boxing crimes too.
And
You
I
don't
think
want
that you should move fairly in love, I mean, obviously.
right, right.
So yeah, all is not fair in love, and all is not fair in war. So actually, you're right.
Right, right. Not
My bad. I
everything.
stand corrected. I stand corrected.
I mean,
Hey,
it's a
I
good thing to
can't be
say.
right about everything, man.
Very
I'm
true.
not God, man.
Very true. Very true. Very true. But yeah, no, I mean, look, that was what it was. I mean, I think fans will just be happy to hear that you guys are back in talks and the
Right.
fight could potentially happen. Assuming it does happen, you guys have a lot of history, like
Oh yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of history.
a lot.
How much do you think that's going? I mean, obviously not into the actual fight, but how much is that history going to play into the storyline of the event?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be big. I mean, known each other since what, 7, 8, 9 years old.
That's crazy.
I mean, fought our whole lives together.
So you guys
Fought
fight five
continuously
times or six times?
6 times. We're 3-3.
Wow.
I beat him when we were young. Then he ended up, then he caught up and he beat me. And then when I beat him and then he beat me. So it was like he left off with the victory because then he went pro. So we never got a chance to go for 7, but we could do it in the pros for 7.
Right. Right.
But when I beat his ass in the amateurs, I hurt his ass.
Mm.
He knows it too.
Yo, I think your dad actually did an interview with one of my guys. I think he mentioned that. I think you gave him a standing 8 count, right?
Yeah, standing 8 count.
Busted his eardrum or something like that.
They that was from his own team. They came up to my dad and said Devin was complaining because he thinks he popped his eardrum or something along those lines.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
so I hit him with that shot. It was in North Carolina, I believe. Or yeah. And
Wow.
yeah, Junior Olympic, I came at him off the rip. Boom, 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 just dropping bombs on him. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
How much do you think he's changed as a fighter? So, I mean, obviously
I
you
mean,
both have changed, but like, are there
I mean, he
certain
just matured.
tendencies?
He's just maturing as a man in his body and all that stuff. Is he much different? I guess. I mean, a little bit, but I don't know. When you go in there, I think I'm gonna make a clear statement that there's a guy that looks good but lacks substance. Me, I look good and I carry weight with them punches.
Mm,
That's
mm,
gonna be the difference of the show. And I
mm.
got Derek James. We toning up the skills and making sure everything's right. I mean, obviously you've seen a glimpse of it in Duarte, but I'm only gonna get better.
Yeah, I was going to ask
So
you. I was going to ask you how everything's going with Derek J. I mean, like you said, we saw it in the Duarte fight. But have you guys linked back up since then, or is it just now starting, or what?
oh no, we've been training. We've been
Oh, okay,
training.
okay,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So and then we're gonna go full force, soon. So
Mm-hmm.
right now it's a mini camp. I'll be in the gym training, and I'm always training anyways. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm always training all the time. So every day I train. So it's a lifestyle for me. It's not so much even just boxing. Like I'm training all the time. In any place I go, I have all my stuff with me, and I get to work. So
Yeah,
the work don't stop for me.
yeah.